Hi guys, my name is Gina Wynn and I'm here to show you how to mail out your samples every single time for under $2. Now you're probably wondering, well, how does she do it? Is she only sending out like 2 or 3 items, because samples get expensive to mail out. So how do we do it for under $2 and include all the information that we want our potential customer or consultant to receive? So what I've done is with our fabulous new catalog, I went ahead and turned it into everything that I have flyers for, prints out for. It works for everything. So what I did was I took our catalog, and the first step I did is I put this cute little note on top that lets them know that if they take a picture of themselves along with the catalog or one of the sample packs that are in here and they tag themselves and me on Facebook, that I send them an additional little gift. And usually that little gift is, a cool new sample that they haven't gotten. So that's what that is. There's my little thank you note for them, and I usually add a whole bunch more to make it more personalized. This is just a blank one that I keep on hand, and as people call me for samples or send me a message for samples, I can just write on it and fill it in. The bottom half here, as you'll see, it says that steps 1, 2, and 3, facials are enclosed. So all they have to do is they have to go through our catalog to find their fabulous samples. So we come to our first page here. We get to our second one, which is our BFFs, which we love. We all love the BFFs. So there it is. What I've done is I've used Mylar bags, which are so much lighter than the Lacans. Even the cute little pink ones that you can buy. I mean, I love these. Don't get me wrong. This is super easy. Just fill, close, and off it goes. But this little bad boy is expensive to mail. So I reserve these ones for my locals. That's what these ones are for. What I did was I got Mylar bags. These can be found on Amazon, super duper cheap. You can also get these at the wish.com application. If you've never shopped Wish, just go to Wish, download it, and you're now shopping. The only thing is when you order from Wish, it is going to take you several weeks to get your product because it is coming from Shanghai. But you can get 100 of these Mylar bags for $3. That's with shipping, so that's super, super cheap. I take these, I then cut it in half. So now, all of a sudden, I've got 2 samples for every single bag. I include my product, and there's quite a bit of product in here, and I'll do another video on how I'm actually doing my samples because they're a little bit different, including my stickers that you can see. They don't look like the portal ones that are sold. But there they are. There's 2 samples right there, and then I like to put little notes on here. So this is my favorite one I've marked in here. I also love, I put little notes that say I love 2 to Tango and Beach Blanket, and I highlight the other item that is in there. We keep flipping through. And I've got a sugar scrub sample in here. I've got the overnight mask. And again, my little notes on here about it. So I am getting the information to them. They keep flipping through our fabulous catalog because they're going to keep flipping through the pages because they're looking for their free samples. So we get over here, and there is our wonderful indigo girl. And again, my little notes down here, and any instructions are there. You can see, I really utilize this catalog, and even ones where I don't have samples, I have made sure to put little notes on items that I love. This is a fabulous catalog. This is a magnificent tool to use for your business. Really utilize it. If you haven't read this catalog, you need to read this catalog. Then you come over to our masks. And you can see where I say step 2. There's my instructions. There it is. It's all taped on there for them. And then I highlight it also on this side. And again, there's your step 2. Then we're going to turn the page. Again, we got to go through a couple of pages here because I use the Complexion Perfection and the Moisturizer 911 for their facial. So here is our step 1 and our step 3. And again, it's highlighted. And these ones, I did include instructions because these are the portal samples, and we all know they already have instructions on the back there for them to follow along. And again, they can flip through some more, and you're gonna get to, there's a scrubby sample in there. So there's a lot of samples in here. There's a good 7 to 8 samples in here for them. And even when they think they are done going through this catalog, they're not. I go back here and there's something for the perks, you know, I mean, my little writing. And then the most fabulous page in here is really this. This, I am posh, you are posh, we are posh. I include my little note here because I want them to know that they can save 20% on their order, every time they order. So I want to make sure I'm pointing that out to them because that's a big deal. That's huge. And then again, you know, best deal. There it is. Now, when I mail this out with all of these samples, I put it in a nice thin pink envelope. You can see this thing is so lightweight. There is no weight added to this. So this then catalog goes in there. I'm not using bubble envelopes or anything because your samples are nice and secure in here. They're not going to leak. They're not going to push out. And if you watch my other sample video, you'll see exactly how I'm sealing them so that they don't squish out everywhere because that's the last thing you want. You don't want them to open it and find a yucky package. So you squeeze it in here. It's going to curl a little bit. And that's okay because the main thing is the post office wants to be able to run this through their machines. When they run this through the machines, it gets flattened out. And again, your samples are super duper secure in here. They're not gonna flop out. They're not gonna move. They are taped down. So there it is, super, super duper thin. This I can mail with all of those samples. This is going to weigh 4.3 ounces. This I can mail from here in Vegas all the way to New York. It doesn't matter where I'm mailing this. This is going to cost me $1.82 to mail this to my potential with all of these fabulous samples. They are getting a ton of samples in here, not just 3 or 4. There's like 8 or 9 in here. I don't know if anybody was counting, but there's a lot of samples in here, and I can continue to put more samples in here. I can continue to do this up to 13 ounces. You are going to ship this first class, large, flat envelope rate, okay? That is how we're sending this out. This is not a bulk package. Because you're using the Mylar bags, this flattens out nice and smooth. You can see, you can't even see my samples in there. There they are. You're literally shipping just a catalog with some fabulous samples inside. Under $2 every single time. Now, okay, maybe $2 a little bit too much for you. Maybe that $1.82 was a little bit too much for you, or you don't have the Mylar bags and we have all our fabulous, you know, pink lacons that we're using. Okay, here's another way, another tip. Okay, we have regular envelopes. This regular envelope, you can see the size of it. The main thing about sending out a regular envelope is the width of it. Okay, it has to be able to make it through a machine without it catching. Okay? Once it catches, and if they have to hand do it, they're going to charge you extra because now it's become a bulky envelope. So we need to see how it's nice. It stays that exact same. You're going to make sure that on the back, you need to tape this all the way closed. Okay, it cannot catch at all on the machine. What I have in here is a little bit different. So we have our pricing at a glance. We've got a how can Posh help you? I've got my perks information in there, and I've also got the business side of it. And then I've got my cute little busy but want posh. Let's do a posh party on the go. And then you can see I've used our fabulous postcards here with our lacons. And look at that chunk bar. Make sure you're really paying attention. That chunk bar is no fatter than those lacons. They cannot be any fatter than the lacons. Remember, we got to get this through the mail, and it's got to go through that machine exact. The other thing that I have in there is a postcard for our Posh to meet you. This is all being tucked inside inside there just like that. Putting our little thing on front, just like that to protect it. Okay, we stick it back into our envelope. And again, it has to be sealed all the way down. So no more than 4 pieces of paper plus a couple of postcards. That's it. It's going to be nice and smooth. It's going to run through that machine, no problem. So how much is it going to cost me to send this letter out to anywhere in the USA? This itself is 67 cents. Okay, you guys? So there's 2 ways of doing it to save you money and really get those samples out to your customers. I hope you guys have fun making samples and start making a ton of money on our fabulous, easy to mail, under $2 catalogs. Thanks, you guys.